Hello viewers. So one thing concerning this Tinubu-led administration that everybody knows and everybody is talking about is the fact that they assembled criminals to work, people who are actually after the nation's money, who are not even after anything that will make Nigeria grow. And now we've seen that many of them are being exposed at this point in time, but we can't even point out the proper punishment that are being given to them. And now Tinubu's naval chief Emmanuel Ogala is actually in trouble over multi-billion naira oil bunkering fraud. So this is one thing that everybody has actually been talking about, that this particular administration, he just went to look for people who have similar traits as him, people who are out to eat from the nation, people who don't want to even work for the nation. They are the people he went to gather to work for the nation. And also Atairu Jega, the former INEC chairman, have come out again to drag the INEC, and he has said that the current INEC chairman should come out and tell Nigerians what truly happened to the beavers during the 2023 presidential election. And he also said that part of what happened was that politicians who are powerful ruined that election and they did not even allow INEC to do their work, and it is part of why INEC failed the people in the elections. I'll be giving us details on this and more, but before we go fully into it, I would like us to please do well to like this video and please do well to subscribe to our channel if you are yet to subscribe, so you will get updates whenever we post a new video. See the way People's Gazette reported the oil bunkering fraud. They said, exclusive, Naval Chief Emmanuel Ogala lands in trouble over multi-billion naira oil bunkering contract splitting fraud. Barely 7 months into his tenure as Chief of Naval Staff, Emmanuel Ogala is now battling to save his job after being flagged for his role in aiding a loosely coordinated bunkering of Nigerian crude and multi-billion naira contract splitting fraud. People's Gazette can report after reviewing documents and speaking with federal sources familiar. Mr. Ogala's sprawling raid of military MMAX has already drawn the awareness of Defense Minister Bello Matawalle, the Gazette was told, although it was not immediately understood how far he would be willing to go to hold the naval chief accountable. Two sources said Mr. Matawalle until last week was also still being supplied with details of what they characterized as Mr. Ogala's disturbing exploits in Nigerian territorial waters. The Gazette reviewed how Mr. Ogala freed several oil tankers busted for transporting stolen crude off Nigerian shores after receiving kickbacks in millions of American dollars, and also rebuffed internal calls to remove his underlings who helped facilitate the scheme, underscoring the steepness of a debased practice that has assailed top players in Nigeria's oil security and administration for decades. Mr. Ogala, 55, was named by President Bola Tinubu in June 2023 to replace Awal Zabiru Gambo, who had faced similar accusations while serving from 2021 to 2023. A defense ministry source mentioned efforts to inform the president had reached an advanced state. So this is actually what we are finding out now, that Tinubu's Navy chief is actually into this oil bunkering. And this is one thing that Peter Obi has been preaching. He has said it several times. There are people who are not connected to politicians, that people who are not in top positions do not have access to this oil. They are not the ones stealing the nation's oil, but it's these people that are in authority that they are the ones stealing the nation's oil. And I will be showing us people's reactions on this on X. Reacting to this person here said that's why these guys will do everything to protect their likes in power. Almost everyone in this country is corrupt. Just imagine the person that is holding such sensitive office, who is meant to protect waterways, to avoid such things, is the one doing it. Make them split this country into four, abeg. Another person here said some of Tinubu's new appointees are being linked to fraud just a few months in office. That shows the level of corruption in this country. Unfortunately, these people might be arrested but still have a way to remain in power because our leaders and government thrive in corruption. And this is it. Indeed, our leaders, this particular administration, thrive in corruption. Just few months that people came into power, how many persons have been traced to corruption? And this is the same thing with the person who is leading them. And that's it, because you cannot be someone who is free of corruption and all the people you will bring to work with you are corrupt people. It's not possible. Another person here said Nigeria has enough human and natural resources to be in the top 10 best countries in the world, but we are being held back by criminals in sensitive position. And this is it. Indeed, even the youth, people who have ideas on how to take this our nations to greater heights, are being held back by these politicians who have nothing to offer to the people but after their pockets. Another person here reacted and said ordinary people don't steal crude oil. Peter Obi talk am. And this is it. Indeed, ordinary people don't steal crude oil because they don't have access to it. It's the people that are there, they're the ones looting and stealing from the nation. Another person here reacted and said these are the reasons why they had to make sure Peter Obi never became president. This is what they meant by some top people in the military didn't trust him. There was a lot to hide. He would have made a clean sweep. This is sad. Indeed, this is sad. They knew that this man is clean and will not even allow this kind of thing, and they fought to ensure that someone who actually permits this their corruption and their stealing will come in. Another person here reacted and said the first time I heard a policeman say Peter Obi will never be president was just after the primaries, but before campaign started. It was a shock because it felt like an orchestrated thing. Things became clearer afterwards. These guys are scared. It is quite unfortunate for Nigeria and Nigerians for allowing few thieves rig the election. These are the kind of things that thrives when evil personalities are in the helm of affairs in the country. Nigeria needs to help herself now or it remains finished. Indeed, this nation needs serious saving from the hands of these corrupt leaders with no plan for the people. Also, this person here said Obi knows the rot in the system. He would have done a good job in righting so many wrongs. Those who keep saying what would he have done differently knows they are lying to themselves. Lol. Peter Obi was already pressing calculator and was telling us NNPC publishes exaggerated subsidy figures. He said that the Navy are well aware of crude oil theft. Of course, they can't trust him. Nigeria does not deserve a man like Peter Obi, to be honest. Another person here said, now wow, everyone seemed to be in the position because of their pockets. And this is it. Primarily, most of them fight to get into leadership position in this nation just so that they can enrich themselves, not because they want to work or right any wrong. Another person here said, these are the people we should put in jail for creating hardship in the country. They enable all forms of criminality as long as they can amass unlimited fortune from it. Oil theft is a serious menace that should attract capital punishment and public execution. And this is it, but we will not see that happen. We won't see it. But when someone speaks against politicians, like what we are seeing in recent times, they will go and put the person behind bars. Also, former INEC chairman during Goodluck Jonathan's regime have come out to say that INEC needs to explain to Nigerians what happened, what caused the IREF failure during the 2023 presidential election. See what he said as reported. He said IREV failure, INEC must explain to Nigerians what happened in 2023 election, Jega demands. Atahiru Jega, the former chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), has called for a detailed explanation from the electoral body regarding the glitches in its results viewing portal (IREV) and the bimodal voter registration systems (BVAS) during the 2023 general elections. Speaking on Channels Television, Jega attributed the failures to the interference of desperate politicians who he claimed infiltrated the technological systems introduced by INEC. So this is what Jega is saying. He's saying that INEC must come out to explain to Nigerians what happened to the IREV, and also he is saying that also part of what happened is that politicians who were desperate to come into power were the ones that helped to ensure that the technology, that's BVAS and even IREV, does not function properly during the election, and this has also sparked so much reactions among Nigerians on the internet. Reacting to this on X, this person here said INEC chairman should be dragged to ICC for crime against 200 million suffering masses of Nigeria. He should be treated like a war criminal for truncating democracy in Nigeria. And this is one thing that Nigerians have been saying. Everybody know what happened during the election, but this man has been going freely. They even allowed him to conduct the off-cycle election that happened in Imo, in Bayelsa and Kogi without any remorse at all from him. And person here said insane claims would get to the root of the matter. Everyone knows that was a plot. So who is going to investigate who? Another person here said there's nothing to tell anybody. Nigerians know that the